Welcome back to the video. This is the Star Alchemist, and I'm here today with a video because what I teach is for people to create their reality, to people to get higher learning, to really not be non-powerful. I teach people how to activate the powers, how to take control of their life and not just do what everybody else is doing. And this video right here is going to be a game changer. Most of my videos are game changers because I applied this to myself and it really works. And before I start, subscribe, like the video, comment below, and share it to someone who may need this. So let's going. All right. You know how in relationships or any dynamic, how people like to play the chasing game and the running game and all these other games. People are running from people. Like, you may like a person, you may love a person, you may feel this connection with a person, and you like, oh, let me chase them because they're not giving you the attention, they're not giving you what you want, they're not giving you the affection, they're not giving you the love. They showed you attention, they showed you in the beginning, but then something changed, something really changed. They start playing the chasing, running game. I'm here to tell you, don't play those games. Don't play those games because you're a powerful goddess. Like, you're not some person who chases people. We're about creating. You create. You do not chase anyone. We create. Once you know how to create a reality, once you know how to create the game that you want to play and not play other people's games, because you lose your power, you lose your respect for yourself. It's like you lose a lot. You feel down, you feel not in control, you feel like you have to control stuff when you don't have to really control it in a way of doing any movement. Is really mental stuff. Is really mental. The game is mental. Like, if you think you gotta chase someone, if you think you need this person to make you feel good, to make you feel loved, then you're playing the wrong game. You're playing the wrong game in this life, in this reality, because you literally create the reality that you're living right now. Like, for instance, if you think you have to go through hoops, if you think that you got to do something to get something, like with labor or with, there's a wall, there's a blockage, then there's going to be a blockage. If you got to jump over something, then you got to jump over something. But if you think you just grab it and bring it to you with ease and flow and more creating and more imagination, then that's what's going to happen. See, we got to use our imagination more. We got to use our mind more, our mental space, our creativity to actually create what we want and not chase what we want. A lot of people are chasing. That's why when you actually tap into your gifts, when you tap into your powers, when you tap into the subconscious mind, when you tap into the dark energy, when you tap into your real power, you will not be the same. You will not be the same. Like, if you think where everything came from, if you think where creation came from, like, if you think about the universe, if you think about the mind, it's literally all connected. So This person that you're creating, that you're chasing, is always going to be running if you think that you got to chase them to get them. That's when you stop chasing, that's when you stop doing, that's when you stop going after them. They come back. They come back. Because it all begins with how you see yourself and how you see yourself with other people and how you see yourself with everything. You're actually creating those relationships. You're actually creating those dynamics. You're like, you know what? I really don't need this. I really don't need none of this. I don't need this person. I don't need this money. I don't need none of this. But I want it. I want to create it. I want to experience it. And when I experience it, that's when I allow it to come to me. I allow it to come to me. I don't chase it no more. I'm not chasing it no more. Because it's coming to me and it's flowing. That's when you kind of create and flow. That's when you write it out. You create the story. You create everything that you want to happen. You write it down and visualize it happening. That's how you create it. It's all mental. It's all visualization. If you think that, and feeling too, feeling as well, because we're not even this body. Like, we're not even this body. We're more than that. We're outside the bodies. When you think from a limited standpoint, that's when things get rough. That's when things get rigid. That's when we block ourselves. That's when you block a lot of things from coming to you. But when you say it's easy, when you change the game, when you change the rules, that's when the rules start changing. That's when you no longer act the same. That's when you're different. That's when you no longer give energy where it no longer serves you, because you start serving yourself and you start creating yourself. And you no longer deal with a lot of things. The game changes when you know who you are, when you know what you are, and why you're here. Yeah, I just was watching the video about it. I was like, yeah. I was watching a video about death and out-of-body experiences, which I experienced out-of-body and astral travel and dreams and all that stuff. That's when you experience the spiritual awakening. That's when you experience out-of-bodies and stuff like that. You treat everything different. You don't treat it the same. You don't treat it like it's over there. You don't treat it the same. You treat it like, I can create it. You know what? I can create it. You know what? I could align with it. Or you know what? I can create the situation that may look bad for other people, but it's good for me. And you'll have no guilt. You'll have no doubt. You'll have no whatever karma, whatever. Like, you'll not have none of that stuff. Because you came knowing. You just forgot. We all came knowing a lot of stuff. We came knowing how powerful we are. We came knowing how complete we are. It just, we forgot. We forgot it. And it's time to remember who you are and remember how powerful you are. And you really don't need a person to be complete, because you came complete. You came whole. You came powerful. We just attached ourselves and obsessed ourselves with these different things. Become obsessed with yourself to an extent, to your growth. and to experience many things. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is key. And experience is key. And your gifts are key. That's when you don't chase no one. That's when you don't chase. You really become it. And that's my video for today. So like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one.